Okay, so if you're watching this, you might be categorizing yourself in one of three boxes. A, introvert, B, extrovert, and C, ambivert. I'm going to tell you the honest to God truth here. It doesn't matter if you're an introvert or extrovert or whatever you are, something vert. It doesn't matter. Just start posting and see what happens and see where it leads. And if there's people talking bad about it, then cut them off. They're not good for you anyway. You're not trying to attract these kind of people. See, I'm saying this from a place of love because I used to be one of the biggest introverts. I used to be one of the biggest introverts when I was younger. You know, just really antisocial, thinking the world was against me, thinking I had all these problems, like communicating to people. Just found it super hard to chat to people, strike up a normal conversation. And when I was growing up as well, when I was with family and friends, they just always say like, "Oh, he's just really shy. Just give him time. It's no worries. He's just really shy. He just doesn't want to talk." Okay, da 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 da. And growing up, hearing that all the time was not good for me. So I wanted to. And this is gonna get into the story about how I really started with personal branding. So I just had enough of it. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna just do something left field. I'm just gonna do something super uncomfortable. And I'm gonna start putting myself out there. I'm gonna start posting content and just just really letting the walls down of my privacy. And I respect privacy. No doubt, I respect people who want their privacy. I want privacy. But when I wanted privacy, I did it too much. And the reason why I wanted it so much was, in reality, it was just a smokescreen with the fact that I cared about what people thought of me. And I was just scared of expressing myself. So fast forward to today. I'm still a sort of introvert by heart, you know. I gain energy from being alone. Like, I need time to be alone and work with myself and on myself. And I will like go out to parties and stuff like that and like meet with other people and socialize, but that's not where I get my energy from. I get my energy from recharging, being alone, and when I'm ready to go out again and meet more people, then I can go. So technically, I'm still an introvert by heart, but look what I've done, okay? One of the biggest introverts you probably would have met 3 years ago. Now he's just posting content left and right through YouTube, Instagram. Sometimes he posts controversial thoughts as well. Doesn't give a crap, okay? And the reason he does that is because he knows what he wants. He knows what he's getting out of it. And what I'm getting out of this, and the reason why I'm doing this in the first place, is because I love helping people. Okay, I love helping people. I love seeing the transformation that I'm able to put onto another person, seeing their eyes light up at the fact that with something they've been struggling with for so long, they can finally change it and get rid of it or make a change. So that really gives me joy, and that's what I'm willing to sacrifice is, you know, putting my guard up and just being super private about my life. You see, if you want to build an audience, and if you especially want to build a cult-like following, a cult-like audience, you're gonna have to get uncomfortable sometimes. You're gonna have to really put everything out there and be transparent. Like, obviously there's things in my personal life which I will not share. That's common sense though, right? Stuff that I will share are my thoughts, my beliefs, because that's going to draw the right people in more, and it's going to push away the wrong people. Like, people who don't believe in what I think. Like, for example, formal education versus self-education, okay? I don't think formal education, there's only certain ways where formal education beats, what's it called again? Self-education. Like, if you're trying to be a lawyer, if you're trying to be a doctor, cool. Go to university. But apart from that, there's just 98% of the people I see on a daily basis, they're in uni. I'm going to uni, and I really did that for the wrong reasons. Like, I didn't do it because I wanted to. I just felt like I had to. And that's the same thing that's happening with everyone I see around me. They're just like going to uni for the sake of going, and they're picking a course and a degree and yada 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 that they don't even enjoy. So that by the time it gets to Friday, they can let their guards down and just like drink away and smoke and do all that party and just try and escape. And then come by Monday, the whole cycle starts again. 98% of people, I walk around in Portsmouth and I just see people like that all the time. And it's sad. So, whereas with self-education, right, let's say I wanted to become a copywriter. And a copywriter is someone who sells with words. So, copywriter, super high value, high income skill. All I have to do is take a couple courses or pay for someone's mentorship to teach me how to become a masterful copywriter, and boom, I don't have to worry about being broke anymore. I can make a ton of money. I can make 5, 6 figures, 7 figures being a copywriter if I chose to. Another good example is sales. That's why people say if you know how to sell, you'll never have to be broke. You never have to worry about being broke ever again, because that's how good of a skill it is. If you know how to persuade someone into buying something and doing all these things, then you're never going to have to be broke again, because the skill stays with you. Okay, qualifications, stuff like that only apply in certain places, but if you have a skill, it sticks in your brain. And it's like when you're riding a bike, but this time this is a skill that's riding a bike but makes you a ton of money. So this is why I encourage you to learn sales and learn any high income skills, because the skills will not leave you, and you don't have to rely on 4 years of you don't have to rely on 4 years of formal education to learn this kind of stuff. You can just get stuck in, find a mentor, pay them, and they'll show you the ropes, and you'll become a masterful sales person or whatever you choose to do by the end of it. Now, obviously, it's going to take hard work, it's going to take grit, it's going to take practice. But if you really want what you say you want, then you're going to go out there and do it so that you become extremely rich and get the life that you really want. So back to the topic of being an introvert. Okay, if you're an introvert, people think, oh, if you're an introvert, you have to be shy and reserved. False belief. You're being your own prisoner by thinking that way. Okay, being shy and reserved does not correlate to being an introvert. There are extroverts and different types of people. They get shy in certain situations. Okay, it's not just you guys. So I'll give you an example as well. Just 6 to 7 months ago, like last summer, introvert again, did not know how to socialize. I would be shaking and trying to think of the perfect way to strike up a conversation with a stranger. That's how bad it was. Like, or even if it was just a friend, like a good friend. Okay, not good friend, but just like someone I knew. I couldn't even strike up a normal conversation and just say hi and like have the conversation flow. But ever since I moved to uni, and this is why uni is not all bad, you get the experience of meeting a ton of people. Like you're surrounded by different crowds and you have to navigate your way around it. Okay, that develops your social skills and that makes you a more well-rounded person. So one of the good things that uni has done and changed my life is by meeting new people and getting all this practice on how to socialize, how to improve my social skills, how to be more charismatic, how to have better body language, etc., stuff that I wasn't good at before. Now I'd say I'm pretty good at. Okay, even with YouTube. This carried on to YouTube, this carried on to when I was posting content on Instagram and any other social platforms. I'd be able to speak my mind more and just be more charismatic and have better energy, and it's just improved my life in many ways, shape or form. But that wouldn't have been possible if I didn't go out there, put in the work, put in the reps, and practice talking to people. I'd flop sometimes, okay? Things would be really awkward, I'd have awkward encounters, like I'd try have a conversation with someone and it just wouldn't mesh. But again, it's part of a process. It's part of the process. It's like riding a bike for the first time. You're gonna fall a couple times. You're gonna scrape your knee. But guess what? If you really want to learn how to ride a bike, then you're gonna get up and do it over and over again until that doesn't happen anymore. So how does this link to being an introvert, growing a personal brand, etc., to stop listening to everyone who's saying that if you're an introvert, you can't be good at putting yourself out there and being a social person. That's just a common false belief. And if anyone's saying that to you till this day in 2022, then they're preying on your downfall, okay? They don't want you to win. They want to drag you down to their level. I'm an introvert. I used to be one of the biggest introverts, and I've said this already, but I have to keep saying it because now look what I'm doing. I'm sharing content. I'm putting myself out there. I'm posting my story and just really making you guys know who I really am behind the screen. So that, for example, if we meet up one day, I'll be the same exact person than who I was on Instagram. So just a short little fun video I wanted to make today, and just to go back on my childhood, etc., and how I grew up. So this is a fun video. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, like this video, comment, make the algorithm push this, yada yada yada. And if you enjoy this, if you're new, subscribe. If you want to work one-on-one with me, book a call below, and I'll see you in the next video. So, and also, if you want to really see the proof, now I'm living proof of an introvert gone to pretty good content creator who's putting himself out there, Check out my Instagram at the Matt Jacob. Again, at the Matt Jacob is my username on Instagram, and that's where I'm most active. So if you enjoyed this video, share it with your friends, do all the stuff that other YouTubers tell you to do, and I'll see you in the next one.